This bulletin is coming to you live from the Joy 99.7 FM studios in Kokomimle here in Accra. Also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi. Affiliates across the country including ATL FM Cape Coast, Radio Max Takoradi, Jubilee FM in Keta and Kekeli Radio Ho. It's on ABN Radio in London and around the world at myjoyonline.com. The news is brought to you by UMB Bank, UMB Speed Up, Digibank Let's Go and Telesol 4G Just a Touch. And coming up, General Overseer of the Action Faith Church preaches peace and reconciliation as Christians mark the birth of Jesus Christ.
Let's share the little we have, the much we have with somebody. It's a time not to eat alone, but to eat with others.
President Akufo-Addo also has some advice for Ghanaians.
Let us celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ safely and responsibly, and avoid doing anything that will put our lives and the lives of our loved ones and others in harm's way.
And we'll also hear from former President Kufuor and other personalities.
We pray for a very happy and prosperous new year.
My biggest wish in 2020, for more to do more. For Ghana, is peace, peace and peace.
Also, Chairman of Group Indum apologizes to customers and the over 3,000 workers who lost their jobs during the period of crisis this year in his Christmas message.
For many of you, particularly our banking and investment customers, that has been a problem-filled year for you, and for that, I'm sorry.
We'll hear from him. Chief Executive Officer of Ghana Investment Promotion Center reveals locally assembled VW cars are to hit the Ghanaian market by April next year. We have details shortly, and plus we'll hear from parents of babies delivered on Christmas Day. I'm Araba Koomson. Thanks for staying with us. It's Christmas Day today, and Christians around the world are marking the birth of Jesus Christ. Here in Ghana, there are lots of activities by families and groups to observe the day. But for the General Overseer of the Christian Action Faith Chapel, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, the day should be about peace, sharing with the needy, and reconciliation.
He said, glory to God in the highest. So it's a day to glorify God, and to give God glory also has to do with being thankful. And being thankful also means to be grateful. Grateful for life, grateful for family, grateful for friends, grateful for loved ones, grateful for country, grateful for country. And then he said peace on earth. And it's a time and a season of being a peacemaker and making peace. Building bridges with people that you've fallen out with. And it's important to be a peacemaker in this season. Let's extend God's peace to others and let's make peace. Let's share the little we have, the much we have with somebody. It's a time not to eat alone, but to eat with others. It's a time to break bread with others. It's a time of sharing what you have with someone else who don't have what you have. So that, I believe, is what Christmas is all about. Sharing, being a peacemaker, being grateful, being thankful for life and the season. Amen.
You heard General Overseer of the Christian Action Faith Chapel, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. Well, former President John Kufuor is also wishing Ghanaians a Merry Christmas. He's been eulogizing Joy FM ahead of the 25th anniversary of the establishment of Ghana's leading private radio station.
Naturally, the sweet message of the season is what I give to all Ghanaians, both at home and abroad. It's a Merry Christmas, naturally we pray for a very happy and prosperous new year for our great nation, Ghana.
This is our 25th year here at Multimedia. Next year, actually, 2020. Speaking to somebody like you who has seen so much of our nation's evolution, I wonder if I were to ask, what would be your joy experience? What would you say?
Well, Joy is a leading media house. And I believe you've attained your position by showing responsibility in social sense. And my prayer is that you continue even into your is it Silver Jubilee?
That's correct.
As you say, we'll celebrate your 25th next year. So you continue to show responsibility in your work for the development of our country. Next year, as you know, is an election year. The nation goes to polls to elect a president and also parliament. It's a very important year. Yes, politics moves on propaganda and that sort of thing, but I would expect that Joy would use its good offices to promote sensible, positive, and successful electioneering. Joy must not lend its services to causes that would lead to disruption and destabilization of our country. So this is what I would expect Joy to do for Ghana next year.
Some wise words from former President John Kufuor. We can now listen to Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who also spoke on the Super Morning Show.
We're almost at the end of 2019, and we thank God for all the mercies that He has shown us during the year. On behalf of my family and myself, I would like to wish all Ghanaians a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May 2020 be a year of good health, peace, and prosperity for all. May God continue to bless our homeland, Ghana.
Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia there. Well, some personalities have also been sharing your Christmas wish with Joy News. Here's MPP National Organizer Sami Ewuku.
For us to love ourselves more as a people, just as the celebrated banker said, Mr. Abrasan Adani said, the peace and the unity of the nation. I also concentrate and pray that we love ourselves more. We see that we may not agree on everything, but we should know that we have a common destination that we want to get to see the Ghana that we dream of. And that can only happen when all of us rededicate ourselves to that common agenda that, look, we cannot have that bystander effect. Sit down, watch aloof when things are not going right. And we should also be able to congratulate and encourage ourselves when we see any colleague of ours also doing well. My biggest wish in 2020, you know. That one day I know. For more to do more.
So that's Sami Ewuku, MPP National Organizer, speaking earlier on the Super Morning Show today. Now, it's Christmas Day, 25th December. It's a special day. And on this occasion, we speak to some lucky people who've given birth. And Nancy Emefa Jadosi went to the Ridge Hospital and has been speaking to some of them.
I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We are here at the delivery for the children or the babies that were delivered today, 25th of December 2019, and it's certainly going to be a beautiful day. Ma, Efraim was saying.
Janet.
Janet, that's saying.
You.
Yaboko.
Namiado.
Echo saying. Delivering Echo saying.
Yemi, yes, Adichi yen makakala mabisa msadabe na meu amuzu o minya butre meu na meu nyamiado meu oba
o we friend den
ekia bronya Elika Emanuela.
Let me just summarize what she just said. So she was talking about how the delivery went. She says it wasn't easy. It was her first time having this baby, and it was successful, and she's very grateful. She says she's going to name the baby Emanuela Elikem Ekia Bronya, right? Okay, so that's going to be the name of this very beautiful baby. But then I wish.
Amen.
Oh, can I hear some amen? Amen. I see another mother here, even though the baby is not here. Maybe it's at the NICU, but I'm sure that. Now, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, okay. What time did you deliver?
Yesterday night, around 6.
Is he a girl or a boy? He's a boy. A boy. So some 24, 23-ish baby beyond. But it's close to Christmas anyways. What is your wish for you and your baby and your family?
I wish my baby would be strong. And I would be also strong to take care of him.
Then the nurse taking care of these babies. You're born on Christmas Day. Yes. Please tell me how you feel like seeing your twins lying by you.
Oh, I feel great and very happy to have this beautiful baby born on this special day.
You are born on 25th December. Tell me how the feeling is like anytime there's Christmas, it's also your birthday.
It feels so great, you know, Christmas wish and a birthday wish together, and you are overwhelmed. You are happy, everyone sees you. Merry Christmas, happy birthday. You take the double, wish from family, friends, and everyone. So it felt great to be born on 25th.
What is your full name? I want to know whether your parents added the Christmas or the Bronya.
Oh, Regina Rahel Hesse Mate Mambronya.
Hey, please give it up for her. Your parents did a good job, eh? Okay, let me go. I want to speak to all these beautiful and handsome nurses because I can't go without them.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Nancy Emefadradosi interacting with some patients at the Ridge Hospital. From the Ridge Hospital, let's move to Kumasi and specifically to the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, where my colleague Prince Appiah has been interacting with patients there. Prince, so what's the mood on this Christmas day there?
Yeah, Araba, the mood is as normal as every other day, just that some benevolent individuals and institutions have decided to visit some specific patients and help them out. Example is the Ashanti Business Owners Association, who have decided to help out those who are unable to pay their bills and have been detained in the hospital for a number of months now. I should say that for Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, for instance, more than 60 of the patients there have been discharged, but because they are unable to pay their bills, they have been detained there for some for a month, others for some weeks. So this institution today decided to donate 100,000 Ghana cedis, 1 billion old Ghana cedis, to the hospital to defray the debts of these individuals so that they can go home and celebrate the Christmas with their families. So that is what has been happening there.
All right, many thanks for that update. Prince Appiah is with our sister station, Love FM in Kumasi. Moving on, and Chairman of Group Indum, Dr. Papakwesi Indum, has apologized to customers of the company for the difficulties experienced this year. During the period, GN Bank was downgraded to a savings and loans company before finally being shut down by the central bank over liquidity challenges. His investment firm, the Gold Coast Fund Management, was also shut down by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Despite these difficulties of 2019, Dr. Indum says he looks forward to a good year in 2020.
2019 has been a difficult one for us, and we know that for many of you, particularly our banking and investment customers, that has been a problem-filled year for you. And for that, I'm sorry. I want to apologize to each and every one of you who has faced difficulties because of the challenges that have been put our way. But we have hope. We have hope that with the strength, with the spirit, and the enthusiasm that we have, that we will overcome these challenges and that we will leave behind these difficulties in 2019 and enter the new year 2020 with bright new ideas, with new strength.
You heard there Dr. Indum, he's chairman of Group Indum, giving some assurances to his customers there. Moving on, the National Peace Council has asked the Jean Mensah-led Electoral Commission to immediately resolve the controversy over the proposed compilation of a new voters' register. According to the Peace Council, the creation of a new electoral roll, which has become a subject of disagreement between the two major political parties, could degenerate if drastic measures are not put in place to remedy the situation. Acting Executive Secretary George Amo has been speaking to to Joy News.
There are some early warning signs that we should all be watching out for, and also do our maximum, put in our best bet so that we don't slip along the path. Peace Council is doing their part, the Electoral Commission is doing their part, but there are some red flags I think we cannot gloss our eyes over, especially regarding the controversy over the electoral register. I think we have to resolve this matter as early as possible. I think we should be prepared to strategize as to how we are going to deal with these emerging issues so that Ghana will not slip.
George Amo is acting executive secretary of the National Peace Council. Moving on, police investigators say they have mounted surveillance to track activities of secessionist group Homeland Study Foundation. Its 85-year-old leader, Charles Kwame Kujoji, is also a subject of police manhunt after he was declared wanted. The group declared independence last month and have been seen in viral videos offering military training to a group of young men at a secret location. Here's IGP James Opongweno addressing the media in Accra yesterday.
They have also been involved in recruitment of young men to form an armed force which they have named Akpoyao, with the promise of recruiting them into the security agencies when they gain independence. The group is led by one Charles Kwame Kujoji, alias Papavi, who has been on the run since he declared a purported independence for Western Togoland in Ho on the 16th day of November 2019. And is currently being pursued by the security agencies. Their activities have been on the surveillance of the security agencies since their inception. It is anticipated that the youth of the group who have been trained may be used to destabilize the region. The general public is therefore entreated to volunteer information on activities on any such persons in their communities.
And you heard the IGP James Opongweno. You're listening to the news here on Joy 99.7 FM. Stories gone by. General Overseer of the Action Faith Church preaches peace and reconciliation as Christians mark the birth of Jesus Christ. We also heard from President Akufo-Addo as well as former President Kufuor and other personalities. Also, Chairman of Group Indum apologizes to customers and the over 3,000 workers who lost their jobs during the period of crisis this year in his Christmas message. We're taking a short breather, but still ahead, we hear from some of your favorite celebrities wishing you all the best of today.
Let's receive the key.
Hi, what's up, guys? I go by the name of K-O-D-I-E Sarkodie, and I want to wish each and everyone a Merry Christmas.
So I want to wish all my Megazets, all Team Ishan, a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Big thank you to all my fans. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all.
Start using your MasterCard instead of cash. Start buying groceries, shopping online, or at your favorite store, all using your MasterCard. Start enjoying the freedom of a MasterCard in your pocket, knowing the simple things are taken care of with easy, safe, and secure transactions. Ask your bank for your MasterCard. Better than cash.
It's the last day of work for the year. Time to be happier. You spot a bin 20 meters away and kick some crumpled paper. It goes in. You're happy. You go home, turn on DSTV, and the biggest match of the Premier League is on. You remember you can slow down, pause, and rewind every moment of the action. You feel happier than a kid with 365 birthdays.
If football makes you happy, our Soccer League's latest series in attention-driven kids content will make you even happier. Happy holidays from DSTV with great entertainment from only 40 Ghana cedis a month. Get a fully installed DSTV Zappa decoder with 1 month access subscription by just visiting the nearest accredited dealer or calling 0302-740-540. Terms and conditions apply. DSTV. Feel every moment.
You're welcome back to the Midday News. Still ahead in this bulletin, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center reveals locally assembled VW cars are to hit the Ghanaian market by April next year. Right now, though, in the Central Region, the Paramount Chief of Mankesim and the Queen Mother there, Nana Amba Emisa III, have been remanded into police custody by the Salt Pond District Court. The two are to reappear before the court on the 8th of January 2020. They've been charged with conspiracy to commit crime, murder and causing unlawful harm by state prosecutors in connection with the shooting incident at Mankesim during the installation of a new Queen Mother. Correspondent Richard Kujonyako reports.
The Omanhin and the Queen Mother appeared in court in a white Toyota Corolla. Osajifu Amanfuedu IV was in a white Batakari, while the embattled Queen Mother of Mankesim, Nana Amba Emisa III, stepped out in a traditional outfit with a headgear to match. The Mankesim chieftaincy tussle got to a head after a faction of a protracted chieftaincy dispute at Mankesim ensued a new Queen Mother after a high court in Cape Coast on November 11, 2019 ruled that the names of the Omahine of the Mankesim traditional area and the Queen Mother be expunged from the register of the National House of Chiefs. While the newly installed Queen Mother was being paraded through the principal street of Mankesim, some gunmen in a story building opened fire at those taking part in the procession. 2 persons, including the BNI officer for the Mfansama municipality, were killed, while 8 persons, including a policeman, sustained various degrees of injuries. The Central Regional Police arrested the chief and the Queen Mother, who they believe were part of the grand plot to scatter the installment process and the disturbances that ensued. Praying the court to admit them to bail, lawyer for the accused, Francis Boy Silfi, argued before the court, presided over by Patience Ablo, that the two were prominent members of society and would not interfere in the case. He pleaded for clemency for the two and asked the court to look at the season and the time and admit them to bail pending trial. But that never materialized. Presiding Judge Patience Ablo indicated that she has taken into consideration the time and the season but cannot grant their request. According to her, the district court has no jurisdiction to grant the accused bail in the pending case unless the High Court. She averred their status in society does not matter in the current scheme of things. She explained equality before the law is what the rule of law is all about. Lawyer for the accused, Francis Boy Silfi, spoke to Joy News after the proceedings.
It's unfortunate that they have been arraigned before courts at a time that we are disabled from filing an application immediately at the High Court to secure their bail. But that notwithstanding, they are well conditioned. They know that they are innocent of the offense that they have been leveled against them, and the appropriate time, their innocence shall be proved. For now, they will go in, we'll do everything within our means as a team of lawyers. My other colleagues were not here. We'll put our heads together and know what we will do next time. So we are waiting the police for them to conclude their investigations. And
Richard Kujonyako's report there. It's time for sports, and the very dapper Nathaniel Atto is in the studio to give us details. Is it because
why do you like to take the words out of my mouth like that? I love
You're looking
colors.
dashing.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you.
And same to you.
And so, Goran Bajraktarovic is one of the names that will answer the roll call of coaches who will be in the Ghana Premier League, which begins in the coming weekend. Now, Goran Bajraktarovic is Yugoslav German, and he will be in charge of WA All Stars for the start of the season. Now, this comes after he was appointed head coach of the club following the reassignment of ex-Ghana international John Paintsel, who is yet to get the required CAF License A certification to coach in the Ghana Premier League. Bajraktarovic is expected to start off work, especially when WA All Stars face Liberty Professionals on Saturday for the start of the new Ghana Premier League season, and he's been sharing his vision for the club.
I came to this club, you know, and I'm very good informed about the concept of this club, what they want to reach in the next 5 years. And my target cannot be my target because, you know, it's not my club, and I would like to win all games, of course, but I work for these people here, and I'll do this what they expect from me. It means we will try to develop this club to bring it on one very nice international level, very respectable international level, And how long will it take? I cannot promise you. It's not. It depends not just me.
Goran Bajraktarovic is the new head coach of WA All Stars, and he will be there in the dugout to supervise their campaign for this season. Well, it is also hoped that they could probably replicate the performance from 2016 when they won the Ghana Premier League. Well, let's see how all of it goes.
Wish them all the best. But what's the plan for today? You look too dapper.
Oh,
you have a plan in mind?
You know, 25th December is Family Day, so
so you're spending with
we're
family?
going to be on the TV, and we're going to be on family duty as well.
Well, I wish you all the best. Enjoy. Nathaniel Atto with sports there. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Yofi Grant, has revealed locally assembled Volkswagen cars will hit Ghanaian markets by first quarter of next year. VW signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of Ghana in August last year to begin the process of establishing an assembling plant in the country to serve the West African sub-regional market. The assembling plant is expected to produce 5,000 vehicles unit every year. But speaking exclusively to Joy News, the CEO of GIPC, Yofi Grant, said the plant's inability to produce vehicles this year was as a result of lack of reforms by the Ghanaian government, adding the assembling plant will see its first car in April 2020.
They all, like I told you, you see, we assume that when we say VW is coming, then in 3 months VW can put it.
But that was the timeline. They said January.
Yes, of course they said January, but they have to prepare their land. They have to get their land. Even the land registration itself, which one would assume shouldn't take a long while, will have a protracted thing, so they can't do it. They have to wait and resolve all these things. But thankfully, they believe that by end of first quarter, they will have the first car rolling. They are using a modular assembly plant strategy, so it's easy to deploy the factory and then go through. But you know, some of these things, like say, we think that, oh, it's happening in a year. They have to go through environmental protection. They have to make sure that they have other things that they, certifications. They also have to make that the regulatory environment is right. For example, you're going to assemble cars over in Ghana. You have to now start looking at fuel quality. You have to make sure that you are getting the right spare parts. So there are quite a number of things that you do, but thank God, VW, they are well on the way. I think that they'll start putting the factory up pretty soon. Because it's modular, it's not going to take a long time. Before we realize, we'll be seeing VW cars rolling out on the street.
How about Toyota?
Toyota are still there. They are still in the works. Toyota has a global market, and so they are looking at the economies, but they are very clear that they will come to Ghana, either to do the spare parts or do knockdown assembly of cars.
Yofi Grant is Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. So it's Christmas Day, and on the occasion of the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ, you've already heard some personalities in the form of former President Kufuor, the Vice President, and the like. Now it's time to hear from your favorite celebrities who are wishing you all the best of today.
Let's receive the key.
Hi, what's up, guys? I go by the name of Araba and I want to wish each and everyone a Merry Christmas.
So I want to wish all my Megazets, all Team Ishan, a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Big thank you to all my fans. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all my fans. I want everyone to stay safe, especially in these times. You know.
Hi, my name is Jack Epia, and I wish all of you a happy, Merry Christmas.
I love you guys so much. Merry Christmas.
This is Pat Rankin saying Merry Christmas to all my family, friends and fans, and Happy New Year in advance.
What about your rockstar Kwame Eugene? I just want to say thank you so much for the whole year. 2019 has been awesome. Thank you so much. God bless you for supporting Kwame Eugene.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay out of trouble and then just spread the love. That's it.
Stay safe, don't drink and drive. Stay home as much as possible because there'll be so much traffic in town.
To everyone, I just want to say have a Merry Christmas. You know, don't forget the most important thing in this holiday season is family. So make sure you take out time to spend with family. Make sure you go see your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers. Go spend time with family. That's the one message to all my fans. And yo, after the Christmas, after the Boxing Day, after eating all the chicken and everything, make sure you come to Dirty Rib to dirty yourself on the 27th.
Merry Christmas, guys. First of all, thank you. Blessings to everybody who supported Kitty throughout my career. I'm very grateful. 2020, we go again. Keep supporting, keep pushing. God bless.
So you had some of your favorite celebrities there. It's time to do what's trending on social media, and of course, the day is trending, isn't it, Nancy?
Yes, Merry Christmas in all forms is trending on Twitter, especially. Okay. This one is from J Girl, and it says, "Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope your holidays are bright and wonderful. Hope all your wishes for the holidays come true." This one says, "Merry Christmas to you all. Today is a day to be grateful for all we have and to think about those who are less fortunate." This one also says, "Merry Christmas to everyone celebrating out there. May this day bring happiness and everything you are wishing for in your lives." But let me just take this one, last one from my club. Liverpool says, "I would like to take this opportunity to wish all our supporters a very peaceful and Merry Christmas, however you choose to mark this day. And remember, you never walk alone, Araba."
You didn't miss that chance. Okay, but today's Christmas Day. We know that, like the doctors and nurses and the police personnel, some of us have to work even through the holidays. But what are you doing today after work?
I'm hoping that, Araba, you'll take me out.
Really? Well, it's the year of return, so there's so many activities. So definitely we'll be doing something. What about you? So it's time to talk to my producer, Fred Smith. Fred Smith, where are you going?
Well, in spite of the fact that we are working, we squeeze time and try to be with the family. So last night, for instance, my wife is a chorister at church, so I squeezed some time after work to go and observe her sing the carols. Yeah, it was so nice. And then
we're laughing because we don't know Fred to be this sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm joining her again today. She went to church early, and so she would have closed. We're going out as a family, the children, everybody.
Indeed, Christmas is a time to spend with the family. So we hope that you enjoy your Christmas day. We leave you with this Christmas song. Merry Christmas once again from all of us here at Joy 99.7 FM.
Feliz